Well, look, Pettie, it's another new season. It's come round rather quickly, like it usually does these days. Great honour for you, of course, to be co-captain.
Yeah, great honour. It's a privilege to be asked, to be honest. And you're getting to the later years of playing, and to get asked off Whitey to come and again lead what I feel is a really good group, it's just a privilege. So looking forward to it.
And in the pack in particular, it's certainly been strengthened, hasn't it? James Head in there and a few other tasty people. Ewan McQuillan in the side.
Yeah, it's obviously got a lot of history with Ewan going back to the Gala days. So some character. He's good lad around about the club, fitted in right well. So yeah, I think guys that don't know these guys will get a real eye opener in games. Bring massive amount of experience, and that's what we need at this level, week in week out, just that experience.
So how's the preparations gone? I mean, we're here on the Thursday before the Hoyk Sevens. Of course, you've got a friendly at Ayr coming up at the weekend. we're 30 degrees here.
I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to playing in the heat. We'll see how that goes on Saturday. But in regards to preparation, the boys have worked really hard. I think Whitey brings a new dimension to pre-season in regards to his experience round about Sevens and Glasgow. A lot of it's ball orientated, so it's good fun. The numbers have been good, and it'll tell on Saturday when we come together and play a match.
Now, last season, of course, was a difficult one for the club, no doubt about that. A lot of injuries and some disappointing results. As it turned out, Aberdeen were in an even worse situation and went down, so you did escape. This year, obviously, looking for a good start.
Yeah, sure, we've got all the excuses under the sun for last year, but that's gone now. We're touching it here and there where we went into games we should have had results and probably underestimated the opponents. You just don't get away with it in the Premiership every week. It's a tough challenge at different places. Disappointing stuff in the past has to be put behind us. We had COVID, loads of injuries, but we've scraped in there, stayed in the league we want to be in, and we get another shot this year.
Good to see some familiar names back as well. Kieran White is in the lineup.
Yeah, he's an exciting player. He comes in again at the backs, and the position we were in last year, had such an exciting backline, and then 2-3 games in, you're pulling together a team because of injuries. So I just think you need to bulk up the numbers and have competition week in, week out, and the strongest players play on a Saturday. And yeah, I think he'll bring a huge advantage to the midfield for us and give us something new there.
And the balance between, in pre-season, effectively a Sevens campaign and preparing for the 15s as well, it is a fine balance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a real fine balance. It's like down to the coaching staff. I think we went to Peebles with a seven competing, and then you get other guys getting an opportunity, and even the Davy Cass game, the select game, everybody's given an opportunity, and I think that's fair. You've trained hard all pre-season. What have you got to give this season? So the workload's spread between the guys that's competing for the 7 squad, but equally we're preparing for a 15s game down at Mansfield Park in a couple of weeks' time. So.
And how many have made the transformation from Selkirk Youth Club into the full setup?
Is that 4, Aaron? I'm not entirely sure yet. There's 2 or 3 guys just coming back into the mix now, and familiar faces that got 7s opportunities last year, but these guys are really exciting, and I think they're fitting in well, and they feel comfortable in what they're doing, and they're bringing a bit of youth about me anyway.
I mean, the likes of Jake Whelans, who's had an outstanding season and indeed career with the youth club, and doesn't seem out of place at all when he's given the chance to step up.
No, these guys are full of confidence, aren't they? And quite rightly so. They're exciting. They bring a real fast brand of rugby with them, and it's a big step up for them, and I'm sure they'll get their opportunities. They've trained hard, and I'm excited to see them play in the Premiership, to be honest. And it's new blood, isn't it? It's something you have to be excited for, and when they're given the opportunities, I'm sure they'll do really well.
Well, just finally looking at the season as a whole, because you finished in in the lower half last season, there'll be a lot of clubs looking at Selkirk and saying, "Oh, that's a banker for us." But you'll probably prefer to be in that position because they'll be underestimating you.
Yeah, I think a lot of clubs in the Borders go in as underdogs in the Premiership, but that's something for spectators and paying members to worry about. The players, I don't think, consider that as an issue. You just kind of turn up on the Saturday, do your match preparation for who you're going against that Saturday, and do your best. And we certainly don't feel like underdogs going into the season, so that's the most important thing for myself. Have the confidence to compete with anybody. That proved last year. We're competing with the top of the league teams, and again we'll go touch on, we had the excuses, we had the COVID, the injuries, but we went up to Mar, we competed at Curry. These are the top teams competing every week at the top, the tough teams to compete against, but they make you excited, eh? They're the ones you want to be playing against every week.
And you mentioned Mar and of course Hoyk as well. You've had good records against them, very competitive against the top teams.
It's right, it's the coach's dream. If you could play like you play against the champions week in, week out, it'd make the coach's job a lot easier, but it's not as easy as that. It's getting the right mindset going into every game, because as proven, we compete in the top of the league clashes, or the top of the league teams, and we're getting beat off teams that are in the middle of the league or just above us in the league. So we need to just focus on our game this season and take each game as it comes.